Welcome to our custom space where dreams take flight. Positive visions coming to.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Custom Carving and Epoxy UK, and it's nearly 10 o'clock at night, but I could not resist. I have had something come through that I've been waiting for all month. Those of you that know the packaging probably already know, but I've got some new IntoResin molds and I'm so excited. IntoResin are some of the best molds money can buy. And do you know what? Use my discount code, get yourself some money off. When you see these molds, you're going to want them. You've already seen some of these diamond molds that I use on a regular basis for my spare resin. This has probably been used 50 times and it's still as good as the first time I poured it. So those of you that watch the channel know that I get cheaper molds from Temu, as we all do. But if you want quality, you've got to go somewhere like IntoResin. I have not found better molds, and that includes my own. They are just absolutely stunning. You pay a little bit more, but they last a lot longer as well, and they're good quality handmade molds. So if you want to get yourself onto IntoResin.com, use my discount code CCUK, get yourself some money off, and support the channel at the same time. And they are amazing. You often have to wait about a month to get them because they are handmade. They're all individually handmade. So you know what? It's worth waiting for. And they do some molds that aren't handmade as well. But as you can see, I went a little bit crazy and I've got a few. So I'm excited. I am really excited. Every time I get IntoResin molds, I am so excited because they are just amazing. They're the best molds on the market that I have found so far. So you always get instruction guides with them, which is basically for the crystal effect molds, which I've got a few in here. I'm not going to tell you which ones just yet. You're meant to use epoxy resin. Okay. I wouldn't personally use UV resin on these. Personally, I think epoxy resin works better. Don't touch the inside of the molds with your hands. You could ruin the effect. Avoid using flames on these. And I know you should on all really, but really be careful with these and only use tape to clean the handmade molds. Don't wash it. Don't use alcohol to clean it. Store it flat and separate in a zipper bag. And the great thing is with IntoResin, guys, you get a bag with the molds to keep them in as well. And it keeps them nice and clean after you finish with them. Make sure you loosen the resin finish pieces from the molds before you demold, and check the molds before you use them. If you've got any issues, they will replace them. So amazing. And we're going to just go straight into this and see what I've got, because I can't even remember, to be honest. Now, this is the only one that I don't think is handmade, and this is a snake egg pot mold. And I've seen these going around, but I haven't done one yet. And I just love the idea of it, especially since it's Year of the Snake. So that's that one. I'm not going to get that out because I think the rest are going to be more special. So let's have a look at what I've got. We'll start off with the smallest, which I think was a diamond effect mold. And their diamond effects molds they're just stunning. And again, I've been trying to make molds myself, and I've got a lot of respect for these guys and how they make these by hand, because I'm telling you now, it's not easy. That crystal edge mold that I finally made took me 7 attempts to make. So again, they're always well packaged as well. I'm going to use scissors just because it's going to be easier, and I don't want you guys to be on this video for hours. So this one, when it comes out, is a beautiful diamond little cat or dog paw print, and I thought that would make an amazing key ring. And I've got an idea for this one. Whether it works or not, I don't know, but look at that. You can just see that amazing diamond effect in there, and look at that sparkle. Absolutely stunning. But I'm going to put this back in here. I don't want to ruin them before I pour them. I've gone with a giant sort of, I think it's a maple leaf, and those of you that live in Canada that watch the show will probably be able to confirm it. And I have noticed with these molds, I think IntoResin have started to put a gold mica in the silicone because they've all got a bit of a gold shimmer. But again, they're handmade. These are all made by hand and they're stunning. Just look at the detail in that maple leaf. Again, absolutely beautiful. So there's that. And again, I say these are more expensive molds. They are. But with the discount code, they're not a lot more than a standard mold would be, you know? And the detail in them is like nothing you will get in any other molds. And the beauty of it is, a lot of resin artists say that they're struggling to sell their pieces, myself included. And you know why? It's because we all use the same generic molds from Temu. And actually, when your customers see something like these, they're going to see something different, something special, and go, wow. Okay? Now, this one I am so excited about. This is a diamond effect large starfish. Look at that glisten. And I've got some great ideas for this one. And look at it. It's just absolutely perfect and beautiful. So there's that one. And again, get over to IntoResin, get on the website, look at some of these molds yourself. There are so many different ones now, and they are all stunning. So this is the next one. And again, I think this is the one. I think it is anyway. I've seen a lot of artists use this one, and it doesn't take a lot of resin, but it is absolutely stunning when I get it out of the packaging. And I know my workstation needs cleaning, but this package came through today and I could not resist opening it and sharing it with everybody. So this is that little small, it's a smaller version. Look at that, small little diamond gem effect turtle. And I can't wait to pour that. Just look at the sparkle though. It is stunning, handmade and beautiful, you know. I can't wait to pour that one either. And then the biggest of them all, which has just been decided in Discord, is the one that you guys want me to pour first. Now, again, this is slightly different. It's not a diamond edge mold. It's more of a crystal effect mold. But I've seen the turtles, but I haven't seen this one being poured yet by anybody. And that's what excited me. And I love it. So let's get it out of the packaging first. And then this is the one that I'm going to pour. And you can just see that gold shimmer that's going through the silicone now. So I think they're adding some gold mica. But what do you think this one is? A giant crystal effect turtle or tortoise, I think. And looking at the size of it, I mean, look, these are my hands. That is a big mold. I think it's probably going to take at least 6, maybe 8 ounces of resin. So I want this one to be special. I want it to look amazing. But you can just see that crystal effect going all the way around in the head, in the feet. And I think this is the one that I'm going to do just for the purposes of the video. And I don't want to do too much to it because I find the crystal effect and the diamond effect, the less you do, the better, because it just comes out with that natural look where the light shimmers through. But I am still going to hopefully do something interesting with it. I don't want it to just be clear. So I'm going to mix up 6 ounces of resin for this mold and we're going to pour it. But as I say, get yourself to IntoResin if you've never looked. It has changed my view on molds forever. And what is possible, and they are all stunning. So don't forget, IntoResin.com, use that discount code CCUK, get yourself some money off. And I'm going to mix up some resin now, and I'll be right back. So here we go, guys, and we're back, and I've just mixed up literally 6 ounces of resin, put it through the debubbler, and I've noticed there's a couple of little bits in there, which I'm not happy about, so I'm going to try and get them out because I don't want anything to potentially ruin this piece. So there's no bubbles in there, so I don't know what it is. I think it's a bit of dust. So, and I've been saying for a while I need to clean up my workstation, so apologies for the mess. But the idea is here. I want to emulate one of the smaller pieces I did. And this again was a crystal edge mold from IntoResin, and it was Petri in this little starfish. But I just think it naturally looked like the ocean. And I wanted to see what it would look like in this big turtle. And that way, hopefully, we're still going to get all of those beautiful crystal effect. And I think I've overjudged how much resin this is going to need, actually. which is good because do you know what? That means we might be able to get enough resin to do another mould. I've mixed 6 ounces, as I say. And I don't know if I'm going to need all 6. We're going to find out. Although it's a deceptive mould with these legs. And the legs aren't particularly deep, but obviously the mould needs to be full. So I may have judged it right, and I can see a bit in there already, so that needs to come out. I think it's probably more like 5 ounces. You see, I've got a little tiny bit there. I don't know what it is, but I know I don't want it in my resin. And remember, do not use a torch. You know, just take your time, tease any bits out that you see. And the beauty of using alcohol inks, which is what I'm going to do, is hopefully that will help prevent any bubbles anyway. So all I'm going to do, I think we're almost full. We're not quite. I'm just going to go around these edges because if I was a bubble, that's where I'd want to be, is under these edges and around. And I can just see one in there. And you're most likely to get bubbles the first time you use a mould as well. In fact, I think that's the eye. I think there's actually an eye shape in it. So looking forward to that. And these back legs are really thin compared to the front ones, which I think is deliberate. I think it's part of the design. So I'm going to add a tiny bit more resin. I just want to make sure it is full. I don't mind doing a bit of cleanup after, but I've still got to leave a tiny bit of room for those alcohol inks. So I think that's about there. And I'm just having a look. I've still got nearly 2 ounces, so maybe it's just over 4 ounces, this mould. And all I've done is I've got some different alcohol inks. I'm using the Let's Resin ones. And I'm going to literally put them in and then put some white ink. So this is Cerulean, which is one of my favourite blues. And I'm thinking I want that to be the focus in these feet. And then I'm just going to put 1 drop in the centre as well, because I love it. It's my favourite bluey turquoisey green. And I'm going to go a little bit crazy with this one. That's not like me, is it? This one's just a standard blue. I'm going to put some of that here and here. And I don't mind these intermixing. I want them to intermix. That's a yellow green. I'm not sure about that one yet. I've got an aquamarine, which has a hint of green in it. I'm just going to put 1, 2. And as you can see, I'm not going totally crazy just yet. But I am going to make sure that I've got the whole of this surface covered in ink. This is the Azure Blue, which is a really deep, dark blue. And as you can see, as I'm adding them, they're all moving around and I suppose blending a little bit. Now, there's still a lot of transparent space in there. So again, I'm going to add a few more drops of the alcohol, because I do want the whole of this surface to be covered in alcohol ink. So that's that blue again. And then I'm going to go in with the Cerulean one more time, just because it's my favourite. And then I think we're going to be about there. Just want to make sure that there is enough ink to completely cover any transparent spaces like so. And remember at this point, do not, under any circumstances, use a flame anywhere near it, because you'll wreck your mould. But not only that, you could potentially set your workspace on fire, which you don't want to do. Now for me, I think that's enough ink. Now I do want to slightly blend it around. So I am just going to blend it a little tiny bit like so. Not too much, but I do want them to mix together like so. Pretty happy with that. I'm just going to move this all the way around, so I know that these edges are covered as well in that beautiful ink. And then I'm going to do a bit of Petri. Just not too much. And I think you can definitely go too far with this. Now, I've shaken this off camera for about 2 minutes. Make sure you shake your sinker white, because if you don't, you're going to get inconsistency and you might get those dreaded blobs. But I just thought I'm going to give it another quick shake. This would be a fun way to test this mold out for the first time and see what happens. Now, I don't want too much of this, so I'm just going to put a couple of drops. I don't want it to take over the piece, but I do want a few of those spores hopefully in there. And is that enough? I'm going to go one more here. Now it's settling down a little bit. One there. There. And now I think I'm just going to leave it. You know, whatever will be now. And deliberately, I don't want too much of that Petri effect going into those legs or the head, or the fins, or whatever you want to call them. And I'm just going to leave this now for a little bit and see what happens. I'm going to be going to bed in about half an hour, so I'm probably going to miss the time to do a stir if I wanted to. But I don't want to with this. I actually want to see how far these spores are going to travel on their own. And I'm hoping they don't touch the surface of this mold. But I'm loving that ocean-like effect already in this turtle mold. So hopefully it's going to stay like that. Hopefully it's going to give us a stunning effect. And we'll find out together tomorrow. But as I say, I've got 2 ounces of resin left now at the side of me. So I don't want to ruin it. So let's do the baby one as well, shall we? Which I think will only take about an ounce or so. Now, I don't want to move it, so I'm just going to move you guys up and excuse the mess on my workstation again. I apologise. It's something that I will be fixing and cleaning. And I'm going to do the same effect in this small mould. Again, using some similar colours, making sure it's filled. And it takes virtually no resin, that. I love it. So again, let's go with some blue. Let's go with some cerulean. And some people mix this in, which you can do, you know. Some people don't, you know, and I still think it comes out with a really cool effect. And then let's go with 1 drop of Azure Blue in this one. Like that. And then it's all going to intermix and make it do its own thing, which is fine. Look at it pull back in there. Love watching them dance, these inks. And then I think I'm just going to put 2 drops of the Sinker White in this. Again, making sure I shake it again, because the pigments will already be settling. I think 2 drops. That was 3, but again, I think it'll be okay. And then I've still got a couple of ounces, well, just over an ounce left. I don't have enough to do one of these big ones, I know that, but I can definitely do this tiny diamond effect capful one as well. So we're going to do that as well. Should I get a different colour for that? Why not? So let's move the turtle there, the baby one. Put this one here. And with this one, I might try something slightly different. So I'm going to half fill it. Then I might put a colour in. So let's go with cerulean, because why not? That's aquamarine. In fact, no, let's go different. Let's go yellow-green. Just 1 drop in there, which is that yellow-green. Then I'm going to fill it. Well, almost, because I need to leave a little bit of room. And you can see that yellow-green's still there. And now I'm going to go in with some cerulean. And I might put 1 drop of white in. What do you think? Don't know. Let's give it 1. Just the 1 drop. There we go. And that's pretty much it now. I'm going to leave them and see what happens. And I don't mind if there's some transparentness, because these molds, for me, they look perfect clear. I've got a tiny bit of resin left, so that might as well go in my drip mold that I've got at the side. Because those of you that watch the channel know that I don't like to waste any resin. And so actually, you've got a treat here. I was only going to do 1 of the molds, but I've ended up doing 3. So we'll see. And at this point, I can see there's still some transparentness. So it's whether I want a completely coloured back or not. Now, the risk is here, it could ruin any Petri that I've got. So I am going to try it, but just in the smaller mould. I'm going to leave the big one. And I'm going to use the cerulean again, I think, just because I can see there's a lot of transparentness in that one. I just want to go around it. Not too much, but to make sure that I haven't got too much transparentness, because that's not the effect I want. And we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I'm pretty happy with the way that they're looking right now. And in fact, with this cerulean, since I've got it out, I'm going to add some to that clear that I've just put in the drip mold at the side of me. And then I'm going to add a couple of drops of white in there as well and see if we get any kind of Petri in that. We might not, but it's only a drip mold. But apart from that, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone as well. We've just gone over 8,000 subscribers, which is something I never thought would happen, you know, and I really appreciate everybody. If you're not already subscribed, do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. QR code is just there. Point your camera at the TV if you're watching on the telly, and subscribe. And if you can, join membership. And we're going to demold these together tomorrow to see what they look like. So I'll see you then. So here we go, guys. I'm back from work and I can't wait to demold these. Look at this. Looks stunning on the back. So hopefully we'll have some kind of effect in it. But again, with these molds, it's not about that. It's about how the molds actually look, and they always look amazing. So let's see what we've got. And don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel and get yourself onto IntoResin.com and use that discount code CCUK to get yourself some money off. So let's go with the smallest first, which is this diamond. I think it's cat paw mold, they call it. I love that sound the first time you demold. And look at that. That's looking good on the back. Just hope we've got some kind of cool effect as well, because otherwise I don't think we will in the others. But here we go. So actually, we have got that lovely diamond effect, which is absolutely stunning. And I'm just trying to pick it up for you. There we go. That's better. Look at that. Now, the Petri, unfortunately, has gone a bit heavy in there. And it's kind of blobbed on it, which I don't really like. Let me know if you do in comments. But you can just see that diamond effect is absolutely stunning on this. So I think I'm going to do it again. But I'm just going to leave the paw pads clear and then maybe put another layer on the back and see what that does. Or maybe even put some glitter in and see what happens. But stunning effect, stunning little mold, really happy. So that's that one. Next one I'm going to do is the turtle mini tray, I suppose you call it, which is probably the size of my hand. And you've probably seen it on a million other videos, but it's my first with this mold. So that's the back. And let's see what this one's turned out like. Wow. And lovely clean mold again. And let's have, wow, look at that. That I'm actually really happy with. I think it's turned out really cool. There's a little bit of blobbing at the back from the Petri, but you know what? I don't mind it. I think that looks absolutely stunning. Let me know what you think in comments, and I might give this one away. Look at it. It's beautiful, that mold. And again, it was my first time, I suppose, attempting Petrie in these as well. And do you know what? I think it works because you don't ruin the diamond effect like you might do if you use just opaque colours. You still get all of that sparkle, but then you still get the colour underneath. Let me know what you think. But I think that is beautiful. And now for the big boy. So I'm loving the back. I'm just hoping we don't have too much blobbing because this is a different effect. So I suppose we've got a gem effect, a diamond effect, and this is going to be a crystal effect. Here we go. It demolds pretty easily, so that's good. There we go. Lovely clean mold. And again, you can see all of those beautiful shapes. And we're going to see. This is the one that I'm really excited for. Whew. Let's have a look. Wow. Oh my. I'm really happy with that. And it has got an eye on it as well on the crystal mold. And I love that. It's like a Petrie wave in the head. Look at that. Beautiful. It's like literally a wave has just formed in that head, which I think is great. You can see through it the longer strands of Petrie. And I don't think there's too much blobbing on this at all. I like it. For me, it's about perfect. And I love it that it's formed like natural waves inside that almost glass-like crystal structure. And they've all sort of come together in that centre. I'm really trying to show off the gem effect as well. Look at it. It is so sparkly, so beautiful. And I absolutely love this mould. I'm going to be pouring this time and time again, I can tell. But let me know what you think of the effect. Again, a little bit of Petrie just coming into that flipper there. A little bit on that one. A little bit coming out there. And a little bit there. And that wave in the head is just magical, you know. I don't think I could do that again if I tried. But it looks absolutely amazing. So don't forget, get yourself onto IntoResin.com. Use that discount code CCUK. Let me know what you think in comments. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share, and I'll see you on the next video. I'll get you some close-ups as well.
Welcome to our custom space where dreams take flight. Epoxy visions coming to life. It's a perfect sight. We pull together, blooming three resin family. Testing my guts, new creations. We set the free. Join our journey, like and subscribe. This is our place. Ocean seas to dragons and blooms we carve with grace. Welcome to custom carving, where dreams come true. Epoxy magic flowing just for me and you. Masterpieces rising, crafted with our hands. Testing new colors in the spotlight. For all your epoxy and carving dreams come true. Oh yeah. Together we learn part and carve right through. Let's go. Welcome to custom carving, where fun's in the air. Epoxy